Okay, picture this for a second. You've got these brilliant ideas you want to share. Maybe you're a teacher, a tech support worker, or a researcher. But you're constantly hesitating because putting together an explainer takes hours and hours of incredibly frustrating editing. Well, trust me, we have all been there. So let me enthusiastically welcome you to this explainer today because we're diving into a platform called Eliflar, and we're going to learn exactly how you can create fully narrated content with absolutely zero editing.
Let's be totally honest with ourselves. Have you ever felt like you spend way more time editing your content than you do actually explaining the concepts? It is literally the ultimate trap. Whether you're a total beginner or a seasoned pro, you sit down, you nail a brilliant 5-minute explanation, and then you spend the next 3 hours chopping up timelines, tweaking audio levels, and trying to add visual highlights. If you're nodding your head right now, you're in for a treat. Because the solution we're unpacking today is 100% mobile-friendly, and it promises a workflow where your final product is completely ready to share the exact second you stop recording. Seriously, no post-production at all.
To really grasp why this is such a game changer, think about traditional editing for a minute. It's a massive roadblock. It involves messy timelines, heavy post-production, and usually traps you at a desktop computer. Eliflar totally flips that paradigm on its head. You just do live narration directly over your images. And because everything happens in one single take, there's zero editing required. Plus, for those of you handling sensitive data, maybe for corporate training or a school environment, think about this. 100% local processing. Your content never leaves your device while you make it, which guarantees absolute privacy.
Section 1. The Eliflar Ecosystem. App, Web Intro Center, and Personal Video Notebook.
So, Eliflar isn't just a simple record button. It's a complete ecosystem designed to let absolutely anyone publish content with ease. And let's start with the Web Intro Center, because every great explainer needs a solid hook, right? If you've never built broadcast graphics before, don't even worry about it. There's a super simple 4-step flow that generates a custom intro without touching any complex software. Step 1, you just choose a visual theme, like Cosmos, Matrix, or Noir. Step 2, you paste a direct image URL for your background. Step 3, hit generate and copy the HTML code. And Step 4, you paste that code right into the Eliflar app on your phone. It is amazingly seamless. Now, if you're doing all this strictly on your mobile device, you're probably wondering, wait, where do I easily find direct image URLs for Step 2? Well, the platform explicitly supports and recommends several reliable sources that plug perfectly into the generator. You can pull directly from Imgur, GitHub Raw, or Wikimedia. You can use Pixum for some really cool random aesthetic backgrounds, or just tap into Unsplash. The beauty here is that you can build out a stunning presentation using world-class imagery without ever cluttering up your phone's gallery with downloaded files. And what do those 4 little steps actually give you? You get these professional broadcast-style starts before you even hit the record button. Whether you're making landscape content for a standard monitor or shooting in portrait for a mobile feed, your opening sequence is going to look incredibly polished. And that's absolutely crucial because those first 10 seconds dictate whether your audience actually keeps watching. Being able to set that up instantly, completely bypassing an editing timeline, is just huge.
Moving right along to Section 2. Live screen drawing modes. Illustrate and explain in real time.
Having a great intro is awesome, but the real magic of Eliflar happens while you're actually speaking. You need to be able to illustrate and highlight details live, kind of like a teacher at a whiteboard or a meteorologist pointing at a weather map. And it all revolves around this one brilliant feature, the indicator badge. Eliflar takes all the complexity out of the mobile app interface by putting your controls into a single, unobtrusive little badge in the top left corner. So instead of fumbling through messy menus while you're trying to hold a thought, you just use simple screen taps. A single tap changes your drawing color. A double tap smoothly crossfades you to the next image. And a long press cycles through your line thicknesses. Your thumb literally controls the entire flow without breaking a sweat.
Okay, so how do you actually choose your drawing tools without a menu? The app cleverly uses an invisible control strip right along the left edge of your screen. If you tap the top zone, you get this spray can effect that scatters digital dust, which is perfect for highlighting larger atmospheric areas. You can drag perfect rectangles in Zone 2, or use circles and straight lines in the middle zones to pinpoint specific data. And because the zones are always in the same place, you can access all of these invisibly entirely by muscle memory.
But what if you don't tap any of those zones at all? In that case, you're using the default flare line. This is Eliflar's signature freehand drawing mode, and it is so cool. When you drag your finger across the image, it creates this glowing mark that automatically fades away after a few seconds. If you make fast, circular strokes, it leaves this beautiful light trail effect following your movement. It's the perfect way to direct your viewer's attention to exactly what you're talking about, and because it auto-fades, your image never gets permanently messy or cluttered.
Now, there are definitely times when you want a drawing to actually stay on the screen, like when you're breaking down a really complex chart. That's when you master freeze mode. You just tap that bottom left zone, zone 5, the little badge shows a lock icon, and boom, your marks stop fading, they're locked in. This is incredibly powerful when you pair it with the rectangle or ellipse tools to bracket a piece of data that the viewer really needs to focus on. And the second you're ready to move on, just tap that zone again, and the screen instantly clears.
Next up, Section 3, Personal Video Notebook. Organize and reuse your knowledge.
This whole system builds into something much bigger than just a one-off explainer. Because making these tutorials is so unbelievably fast, literally just the time it takes you to speak the words, you can use this as your own personal video notebook. Whether you're documenting a weird software bug, recording a quick field observation, or breaking down a micro lesson, you start building this vast, reusable library of explanations, notes, and links. It's your knowledge, perfectly organized and ready to go.
And that brings us to Section 4, Premium Access for 5, unlocking the complete experience.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're probably bracing yourself for some massive, recurring enterprise subscription fee to get all these broadcast features and premium generators. But let's talk about the cost, because it's going to surprise you. Right now, in 2026, the complete premium access is set at a founder's price of exactly $5. Yep, just $5. That unlocks the extended intro library, advanced creative options, and even includes future premium content packs as the platform expands. When you consider that standard tools like this will easily jump to $9.99 or more later down the line, locking in this $5 founder's price is just remarkably accessible. It essentially puts a professional-grade presentation studio right in your pocket for the price of a cup of coffee.
So, we've covered the lightning-fast intro generation, the totally invisible live mobile drawing modes, the privacy of local processing, and that incredibly accessible pricing. The massive roadblock of tedious, multi-hour editing has been completely wiped from the equation. So, I'm going to leave you with one final thought to ponder today. What are you going to create now that editing is no longer an obstacle? Seriously, go grab your phone, record that explainer you've been putting off, and share your knowledge with the world.